Jerusalem, be still before the Lord, all mankind, because he has roused himself from his holy dwelling. So there we have God talking about Judah and Jerusalem. Now we know that in Israel at this time, or around that time, Israel was actually broken up into two areas. Judah was the southern area, Jerusalem was the northern area, and most of the tribes, actually 10 tribes, belonged to the bottom part, and only a couple of tribes had the top part, Judah being the head one of the top part. And we have a breaking up. Now the interesting thing about these two areas in Israel is that King David became king of Judah first. And it wasn't later that Israel or Jerusalem, then they took him on as well, and he became king of all of Israel. Now that is prophetic in a way to what the Lord has been showing me about Judah and Israel. First of all, he becomes kings of the Gentiles, which he has. Next, he is going to become king of Israel when it comes back in. Now the day is coming when it's going to come back in. And we're looking forward to that day. One of the events in Zechariah it talks about is that Israel, or Jerusalem, the city of Israel, or the city of Jerusalem, I should say, is going to be actually split in two. Half the people will be taken out, and the other half left. This is prophetic of what is happening right now. They're already discussing, trying to put pressure on Israel to give half of Jerusalem to Palestinians. This is right near the end. They're already talking about this right now. And when I see that, I know we are getting closer to what's going to be happening. I'm around the place in my notes here, but that's all right. God is in charge. He showed me a couple of years ago about the layback of God. You might call it the rest of God, well, in the book of Hebrews. But I like being in that layback. Zechariah 12 verse 4. It says here, "On that day I will strike every house with panic and its riders with madness, declares the Lord. I will keep a watchful eye over the house of Judah, but I will bind all the horses of the nations. Then the leaders of Judah will say in their hearts, the people of Jerusalem are strong because the Lord Almighty is their God." See how he talks about the two different groupings. Verse 6. "On that day I will make the leaders of Judah like a fire pot in a woodpile, like a flaming torch among the sheaves. They will consume right and left all the surrounding peoples, but Jerusalem will remain intact in her place." Verse 7. "The Lord will save the dwellings of Judah first, so that the honour of the house of David and Jerusalem's inhabitants may not be greater than that of Judah." Stay on that verse 7. The Lord will save the dwellings of Judah first. Now, if I am correct in my assumption that Judah is referring to the New Testament church, if I am correct in this, and I believe I am, we will see there that the honour of the house, we will save the Gentile church first, so that the honour of the house of David and Jerusalem inhabitants may be not greater than that of Judah. Now we know, if we look in the scriptures here, that the honour that is going to come, or the glory, the King James Version uses glory instead of honour, that the glory that is going to hit Jerusalem in this end time is going to be absolutely phenomenal. There's going to be nations attacking her. God is going to fight on her. It says that even the feeblest in Jerusalem is going to be like David. This glory that is going to hit Israel is going to be lesser than the glory that's going to hit Judah. If that is correct, if I am correct in this, the glory that we are going to see worldwide, the New Testament church, is going to be absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely. Beyond our wildest expectations. This is going to be great. The glory of Judah is going to be greater than the glory that's in Jerusalem. Have we seen that yet? No, we haven't. Who knows about grass? You know, when you've got a line sort of starting to come along. Okay? I do grass. Through graphs, you can see predictions. You can predict where they're going. That's like looking backward to look forward. So if you look in the last 12 months, or maybe if you look back 2 years and you see what was happening 2 years ago, what was happening in the last 12 months, what is going to happen in the next 12 months, I say it's going to accelerate quite considerably. Maybe I'm being a bit prophetic in that. But I can see that the glory, we go from glory to ever increasing glory, is going to increase, I don't know what that word is, exponentially or something? That'll do? Sounds scientific enough? It's going to go up in a quick way. So don't be surprised what happens this next 12 months, folks. In 12 months' time, I'll watch this DVD again and just see what has happened. We'll see if Israel has been cut in half. Because when that happens, man, that is a big marker in the book of Zechariah of things to happen in the future. See how much pressure the world puts on Israel to give half of Jerusalem to the Palestinians. It's already started. They're already doing it now. They're already putting pressure on them. And that's why I like looking back, especially in this book of Zechariah in the Old Testament. Okay. There's a story here in 2 Samuel about King David and Absalom. Now you must be probably wondering where I'm going with this, but I'll get back. You'll see it as I go into it a bit further. Absalom had a grudge about his sister or second sister related, whatever, because she got raped and King David didn't do anything about it. So he brought people to himself, and before you know it, Absalom is running the country and King David has to take off. You know the story? He has to take off. He goes over the Jordan into some other area. Israel, the 10 tribes, they chase him. There's a fight. Absalom gets killed. And then it's time for David to come back and take his throne again. And I'm going to read there from 2 Samuel chapter 15, verse 13. We got some water in there? Oh, we have. Good.